What's up, y'all? I want to talk about the coronavirus today. I want to talk about why it is so hard to get this virus under control. And it's going to be almost impossible to get rid of it. There is a way, but it's way out of left field. And the reason why we're having so many problems with this virus is most people that get it don't even know they have it. At least, like for me, I had it and it almost killed me. It literally almost killed me. Um, I had it for a week and a half before I ever knew I had it. Didn't have no symptoms, no fever, no nothing. And then all of a sudden, it hit me. And what happened to me was I still never got a fever, not once. And not everybody that gets this virus gets a fever. Okay? Some people that get it, they only go through the bad part. Like, for instance, my experience with this virus was panic attacks, one right after another, heart flutterization, just really, really bad stress, pressure on my chest, pressure in my throat, almost like heartburn, but not heartburn. It was one of the most excruciating things I've ever dealt with, and was so hard to control. Actually, I didn't control it. If it wasn't for my fiance, then I wouldn't know anything. I wouldn't be here today. She sat up with me wee hours of the night, even though she works her butt off, and she talked to me, and she let me know that everything was going to be all right, no matter what. And that's what helped me through this pandemic that I went through. Not everybody has somebody like that. But the reason why it's attacking older people the most, and it's killing the older people and the real young people, is because the real young people, their hearts aren't developed enough to handle the stress, and older people, their hearts are already given up on them, and that's why they can't handle the stress. But what it is, it's putting pressure on our hearts and basically causing us to have heart attacks. And no matter what you do, you can't stop it. You've just got to let it work itself out of your system. Now, they can give you antibiotics and stuff like that, but a lot of the antibiotics they were giving out, were weakening people's hearts and their immune system, which was causing them to die. And but they didn't know that. They didn't know it until it was already done and over with. They felt like it was like any other virus. You give people antibiotics and it'll help them. And that's why a lot of people that take ibuprofen, it does weaken your heart a little bit. I take ibuprofen, and I think that's why it hurt me so bad, and why it took so much life out of me. But this virus is airborne. It stays on plastic for up to 3-4 days. So if somebody has it and don't know it, and they're in a store, because the only places I went was to Walmart, and I had to go to the doctor's office. But I always wore a mask everywhere I went. I wash my hands and my face at least 10 times a day, no matter if I'm at home or not. Heck, when I cook, I'll wash my hands like 50 times while I'm cooking. That might be a little exaggerating, but, I'm a very clean person. Take showers once or twice a day, but none of that helped. The mask, nothing. And I just want to let everybody know out there that if the only way to stop this virus, and to be honest, is the people that go out in public wear a hazmat suit, and the people that don't stay inside for at least a month. That way, the virus that's on all these plastics, that's on all these containers, that's on whatever, if you have plastic plants outside your house and somebody walks by with the virus and they cough on it or whatever, that virus is stuck on that plant, and you might walk outside and brush it with your arm and then touch it later. That's how fast this virus is getting around. And the only way to fix that is if everybody that went outside wore a hazmat suit, and had to be cleaned before they go back into their home, or everybody be locked up separately in a room with enough supplies to last them 3 weeks to a month, and that's everybody in the world would have to do this at the very exact same time, and sanitize everything before we go in. I mean, that is the only way that we could stop this virus. I mean, I don't care who's the president is. I don't care if it's Biden, Trump. It doesn't matter. If they think they can stop this virus, they're crazy. Because it's unstoppable. Unless we lock everybody up for a month. But that would mean people that need medications couldn't get their medicines. The mail wouldn't get delivered. Everything that we need, we couldn't get delivered because nobody would be allowed to be out in public. That's the only way to truly stop this virus. Now, there might be other ways to slow it down, but with something like this, and people not even knowing they have it until it's almost too late, then I have no idea how we are going to survive this pandemic. The only thing I can think of is it's just like any other thing in this world. Every set of generation has something that knocks down the population. Like, for instance, in the early 1900s, we had World War One, and then we had World War Two, and then we had Vietnam, and it's knocking down the population left and right, trying to because this world is getting more and more populated every day. And to be honest, we're using up fossil fuels. We're using up all of our natural resources. Now, I have an invention that would be able to stop us from from using gases in our vehicles, oils in our vehicles. I have an invention that would cure all that, but nobody will listen to me. Why? Because I'm poor. Because I don't have enough money to make it happen. Everybody that I've talked to about this just thinks I'm crazy. But I literally have a way that you would never need gas in your vehicle. You would never need electricity out of your home to charge your vehicle. And it would stay fully charged all the time. But nobody wants to listen. But either way, we're using up all of our natural resources. And the more people on this earth, the more natural resources we use. Until they're already looking for a way to live on Mars. They're already looking for ways to reestablish things in the ocean. I mean, all we really need to do is come together and think smart and work together. And we will get through this. We will survive. We have been on this earth for over 5,500 years. And we will continue to be on this earth as long as we work together. But if we keep looking at each other as opposites, if we keep looking at each other like enemies, then we're going to destroy ourselves. And this virus is just a part of helping that happen. The thing is, we need to work together as a family. I don't know how many believers out there we have of the Lord, but they say it started with Adam and Eve, which means we're all brothers and sisters, but yet we treat each other like enemies. We have so much hate in this world that sometimes I wonder what we're really fighting for. Are we fighting just to survive, just so we can keep treating each other like crap? So we can, the rich can keep getting richer, the poor keep getting poorer, and middle class stay middle class? We're basically working every day just to survive long enough to die. But we only have one life to live. One. Each person has one life to live. That's why I live by my own set of rules. Ones that doesn't hurt anybody. I try to fill the room with laughter every time I go into it. I'm crazy, outgoing, just nuts. Everybody thinks I'm nuts, but in a good way. And We need to follow by example of the good people in the world instead of following by the example of the bad. I know I got way off track, way off the coronavirus subject that I wanted to talk about today. But I think if we learn to love one another as brothers and sisters, then we would do a lot better in this world. And we would survive, not just to survive, but we would all be happy doing it. That's all for today. I just want y'all to thank y'all for listening, and God bless you all.